Alright. What's up, fam? Alright, I know y'all don't see me like y'all see Naya and Keenan, and it's the reason why I give you a little 5 minute disclaimer, then I'm gonna jump straight into it. Um, I for one, I'm not big on social media. I don't do all that stuff. But anyway, I feel like when it's time to give an unpopular opinion, you know what I'm saying? Which is the truth and facts, and it goes against mainstream thought or ideology, they either A, kill the messenger or try to crucify the messenger, so your message falls on deaf ears or people turn a blind eye to you. They want to discredit what you have to say. And this been going on since the beginning. You know, they did this to Jesus. Jesus spoke out against how people were acting, but pretending to be about the church but not being about the church. They crucified, killed him, even though I didn't necessarily agree with Martin. They did Martin and Malcolm the same way. They had unpopular opinions. They got killed for their opinions, but they was only speaking facts. They was telling the truth, and I have, there was these two guys that I would actually look at on YouTube, and I liked their message. And one of them had like 600,000 followers, you know what I'm saying? And he got banned from YouTube. They took all his educational stuff down. They took everything down. He supposed to have a lifetime ban, but then like he came back later, like 2 years later, and he has like maybe 8 or 9 thousand subscribers now, and he's not nowhere near what he used to be. He don't talk anything educational no more. He's talking about violence. He's talking about degrading women, and the nigga said he got abducted by aliens. So basically, you know what I'm saying, you know how the CIA do when you get a large following or you starting to grab some momentum and you educating people. You know what I'm saying? Typically, what I think happened is they grabbed them, hit them with their MK Ultra, they hypnotized them, drugged them, and then they gave him back to the public. Because when he was out dropping that knowledge, they took him down and they erased everything that he had up. And then when they reintroduced him back, he not the same dude. You know what I'm saying? There's the other guy that I was watching, he gets arrested and they put him in jail, and they won't give him a bond because his followers gonna bond him out. So I just don't feel like going through all of that. And then even when we look at Kanye and Kyrie, they going through the same thing. So that's the public crucifixion. You know what I'm saying? Being crucified. I don't feel like going through it. That's why you don't see me like that. And I'm gonna go on and jump on this subject, but I'm only gonna scratch the tip of the iceberg, give you a little bit. I ain't gonna go too deep in it. I'm gonna let you see the tip of the iceberg, but the iceberg got more mass underwater. So anyway, let's get it. Today I'm gonna discuss, being spiritual and being religious, because originally the original melanated people, the indigenous people, our ancestors, they weren't religious. They were spiritual. We were always spiritual, and that's just us being in harmony with nature. You know what I'm saying? We are born hardwired knowing right from wrong. It's hardwired in our DNA. We naturally know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just, you naturally know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know not to lust for your mom or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna lust for your mom. You're not gonna mistreat and abuse your elders. You're not gonna, murder, steal, kill. You ain't gonna do your brother like that. You know what I'm saying? This is just unwritten rules that we know. You know what I'm saying? And religion is a new thing amongst people. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, the age of humans goes back a very long. Like, black people have no birth record. You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep, every time you think you found the oldest species, it goes back, you found another one even older. So they can never find our birth record. You know what I'm saying? Because there isn't one. We've always been here. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at religion, religion comes in around the same time a certain group of people came on this earth. Now, you got humans and you got mankind. The original indigenous people of the planet were humans. Hue means colored, then man. Hue man, colored man was always here, and he was always spiritual. You know what I'm saying? But when mankind came, because mankind is not human, it's a kind of man. That's why you say mankind. It's a kind of man. You know what I'm saying? It's not the original man, but it's kind of something. You know what I'm saying? But when these people start coming out of the caves and out of those mountains, you know what I'm saying? When they start coming into contact with our ancestors tried to domesticate and civilize these people, and this is where religion comes into play. Because see, now we was always spiritual, you know what I'm saying? We had a list of rules that was unwritten rules that you don't have to say, like you just know. Like in the neighborhood I grew up in, there's a community center, there's parks, playgrounds, all that stuff. So it's a bunch of young kids, old folks walking around. So even though we got miles long straightaways, we know not to go too fast because these kids might dart out at any given time. So if you don't know that, we got to put signs up for you like speed limit 35. Like, don't go too fast through here. You know what I'm saying? We naturally clean, so we have to put a sign up saying don't litter, because you might not, you know what I'm saying, you might not respect it like we respect it, so we got to tell you when you come. And that's what religion is us basically trying to help them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a list of rules that you need to abide by if you want to be down here and coexist with us. And like, even if you look at the Bible, it's an acronym, BIBLE, basic instructions before leaving earth. You know what I'm saying? Some things that we think is self-explanatory, not self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not whatever else. You know, we got to put this stuff, a code of conduct for these people because they don't know how to act. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying? And when I say mankind, it's because these people, you know, the ape upgraded to the ape man. The ape man upgraded to the caveman. The caveman upgraded to mankind, a kind of man. You know what I'm saying? So you could take the monkey out the wild, but you can never take the wild out that monkey. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you see it throughout history. Like, look at all the times and examples where you have people that want to raise a chimpanzee. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a cute little baby. But when it gets an adult, it always ends in a horror story. You know what I'm saying? This monkey done attacked, mauled, murdered, done did something to, you know what I'm saying? It's always the same thing, and you can't take it out of them. So it's in their nature, and they can't help it. And this is scientifically proven. You know what I'm saying? Like, humans are RH negative. You know what I'm saying? Mankind is RH positive. RH is Reese monkey blood. You know what I'm saying? This is the trait that you share with these monkeys. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can do lab tests on these monkeys, and you can know how it's going to affect mankind, but it don't affect humans the same way, because we didn't come from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at a monkey, you know what I'm saying? A monkey got fur. Humans got hair, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen a monkey with nappy hair, you know what I'm saying? But a monkey got fur like mankind got hair follicles, you know what I'm saying? And they get skin cancer like at an outrageous rate, you know what I'm saying? And that's because they done shaved their natural sunblock off. Now, you look at that monkey ass, the place where they ain't got no hair, it's red, you know what I'm saying? And you look at when these people go out in the sun, they turn red. They start getting sunburn, you know what I'm saying? They start getting skin cancer. That's that monkey trait that you share with that monkey, you know what I'm saying? We not monkeys. We didn't come from monkeys, but you try to reverse psychology on us. But, you know, it's time for us to wake up, and that's basically what I'm just trying to do. I'm trying to let these black folks know, these humans know, like, it's time to wake up, yo. You know what I'm saying? So if we look at, like, even when you think, like, now back to the spiritual part. Now, I said religion came when we was trying to damn civilize these people, trying to give them some rules, you know what I'm saying? Now, one of the ways that prayer started was because, you know, the indigenous, the original melanated ancestors, they in the summer and spring months, they were vegetarians, you know what I'm saying? But when the fall and the winter came, they would have to resort to eating meat, you know what I'm saying? But they naturally did not want to take the life of an animal, but they knew if this animal don't die, we gonna die. So, you know what I'm saying? They would have to take that animal's life because in the fall and the winter, you don't have the same produce and harvest that you have in the spring and summer. So, and they knew if this animal dies, you know what I'm saying? Even though we don't want to kill it, it has to die in order for this community to keep life. You feel what I'm saying? So you take the life of that animal so that however many people in your village can live for however many days until you got to go out and do this again. And this is where one of the ways the press started. They would be so, you know what I'm saying, so sorry that they have to kill this animal that they would pray over it. And one of the ways that they would make sure that the animal didn't die in vain was to make sure that they used absolute every part of that animal and nothing goes to waste. We're going to eat the meat, you know what I'm saying? We're going to throw certain cuts of meat to these wolves that we're domesticating into dogs that are going to help us with the hunt, you know what I'm saying? We're going to use the hide and the fur for clothing and for installation in the buildings that we living in, you know what I'm saying? We're going to use the eyes and the teeth for jewelry, you know what I'm saying? We're going to use the bones to make tools. We're going to use the horns to make weapons, you know what I'm saying? Nothing goes to waste. This animal will not die in vain. And that's what being spiritual is, you know what I'm saying? But then when you look at mankind, they can't shake the wild savage part of them. Like, these people will go hunt, not even to eat the meat. They'll hunt just so they can kill something. And then after they kill it, they want to cut the head off and hang it on the wall as decoration, like a trophy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just savage. You know what I'm saying? You can't even get rid of y'all. Not y'all. They can't help themselves. They're savages. It's in their nature. You know what I'm saying? It's RH positive. That Reese monkey blood. You can't shake it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at me for telling you the truth. Just look this shit up. I will get a call right now. Anyway, so they can't help it. And well, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, back to so yeah, we was talking about hunting, right? So think about this with Africa. Africa still got all their wildlife, big game, right? All the other countries and continents around the world, they done hunted their big game to endangered species or extinct. Now they go to Africa and they hunt on these safaris. You done killed all your shit off. Now you trying to go over there and kill their shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lust, it's a bloodlust, it's a thirst for killing that they can't get away from. You know what I'm saying? And it's not our fault, or it's not their fault, because their genealogy goes back to savage or savagery. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't help it. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we get to religion, and I'm telling you that we created religion to help civilize them, it's not to be upset about it, but it's real. Like, when you look at religion, the Bible, for example, the Bible has hundreds of characters, if not 1,000 characters. There's not one skeletal fossil, not one fossil remain, not one mummy from that book. You know what I'm saying? It's because the book is allegorical. An allegory is when you tell a story, you might use an example to get a point across. You know what I'm saying? But it's not necessarily true. You tell the truth with a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's take Job, for example. Job lost everything, but he kept working. He never gave up. He kept working. He got everything back. How you spell Job? J-O-B. Nigga, stay on your job. You'll get it back. You might lose it, but keep working, nigga. You'll get it back. That's the allegory. You know, it's the same thing with your kid. Like, if your kid wants to go outside and wants to play, but you gotta work in the house, you need to clean up, you gotta wash dishes, but this kid is like really telling you, I want to go out and play. So you be like, okay, go play in the front yard. Don't go in the woods. But you can't tell the kid at 4 years old that there's a bear in the woods, because they don't see the bear as an apex predator, as something that will hurt them and kill them. You know what I'm saying? And you can't say bear, because they might think I got teddy bears on my bed. I watch Winnie the Pooh every day. You know what I'm saying? What's another bear? It don't matter. Yogi the Bear, like whatever. Like they see this on TV, so then I think, yo, Yogi's in the woods. I'm gonna go for yo. I'm gonna go look for Yogi. You know what I'm saying? No. So you can't use the bear as an example. You got to tell a lie. You be like, look, it's a boogeyman in the woods. We know ain't no boogeyman. They don't know ain't no boogeyman, but the boogeyman keep their ass scared and keep them in the yard, and that way you can see them. You can protect them in the yard. Once they get out of eyesight, you don't know what the hell going on. You can't protect them. So you're telling the truth with a lie. You know what I'm saying? But we ended up believing the lie. You know what I'm saying? Now, I wanted to touch on certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because these people been getting at me because sometimes like I'm a student of the book, you know what I'm saying? I really know the book, but I be wanting these people to realize like you don't even really live the book. Like you play with it, but you don't live it. You know what I'm saying? You play it, you don't live it. You know what I'm saying? People keep saying they ready for Jesus to come back. You better hope like hell. If there is a Jesus, you better hope that nigga don't come back. Because if there is a lake of fire, he gonna throw your ass in the head first. You know what I'm saying? You want Jesus to come speak at your church. First off, he not gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's go back. There's only one time that Jesus was speaking in the church biblically, and he went in there and turned up. You know what I'm saying? He went in there and showed out, showed off. You know what I'm saying? That would be the same thing he would do now. Like, think about this. You want Jesus to come to your church. He not gonna come because you gonna be in there on Sunday. Sunday ain't the Sabbath. Saturday is the Sabbath. So he gonna be like, I came, but when nobody there. You know what I'm saying? But Saturday is a day that everybody turn up. You don't want to see it's more convenient for you to go on Sunday because the tradition for man is greater than God's law. You want to turn up on Saturday and then just, we'll rest and go to church on Sunday. That ain't the day you're supposed to be in there. And then when you go in there, you want to cook and you want to feed them, but you're going to have a damn ham in there. You're going to have something that you ain't even supposed to be eating. You know what I'm saying? And then when you want to have something like Christmas, like invite them on Christmas, you're going to have a Christmas tree. And the Bible tells you that this is sorcery, it is witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? So he going to get upset at these things. So when he comes in, he going to tell you point blank, this is wrong. You're going to figure out a reason to get him kicked out. You're going to call the cops, say he trespassing. And then you know how the cops do when they get a nigga in jail that knows a lot. They're going to figure out a reason to kill him. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to have judgment and blood on your hands all over again. But see, the crazy thing is they used to live in this lie and they don't want to hear the truth. And it's crazy because the lie starts when you're a kid. It starts when you're a kid. They start when you're in kindergarten because your mind is a kindergarten. So they start planting seeds of deception in your mind then. They tell you, you in kindergarten, they tell you Mary had a little lamb. The lamb had a coat as white as snow. Then you go to church and they tell you that Mary had a son, Jesus, and Jesus is known as the lamb. So automatically you're thinking he must be white as snow. You know what I'm saying? Even though the book tells you the man was the color of an olive. Olives are purple, green, or black. You ain't never seen a purple nigga. You ain't never seen a green nigga. But we all see black people, like super jet black. Jesus wouldn't look like me. I'm brown skinned. He would be 10 times darker than me. Jesus would look like that nigga at the flea market selling you fake Gucci bags. He would look like one of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like he would be blacker than night. You feel what I'm saying? They say he's the color of burnt brass. I'm the color of brass, and if you burn me, I'm black. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, my beard and all this is black. You know what I'm saying? That's what color he would be. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all start telling these lies as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy for you to be indoctrinated as an adult and you won't give it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about the two biggest holidays. You know what I'm saying? Easter, you teaching them as a kid that there's this 6-foot bunny rabbit laying eggs. First off, this rabbit is a mammal. You know what I'm saying? Mammals don't lay eggs. And even if he did, this ain't got shit to do with the story. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing to do with the story. And then let's go to Christmas. Christmas ain't got nothing to do with Santa Claus. You know what I'm saying? And if you move the A over one letter, they go from Santa Claus to Satan. You know what I'm saying? Santa to Satan. You know what I'm saying? So you indoctrinated with lies as a kid. You grow up with the lies. So then when you become an adult and you see that you're not supposed to do certain things, you've been living the lie so long that you're comfortable with the lie. The lie is more convenient. You don't want to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. So when you look at these holidays, you don't do, like, nowhere in the book does it say his birthday was in December. Like, regardless of the day, it does not. It just stop with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't say that. But see, matter of fact, let me give you an analogy. One day, Truth and Lie went swimming, right? While they were swimming, Lie said the truth. Let's see who can stay on the water the longest. You know what I'm saying? Truth's like, okay. So when they went on the water, Lie came up out the water and he snatched Truth's clothes and he left. And when he left, Truth came up and was like, where my clothes? And he realized what Lie did and he got furious. He hopped out that water and went running right after him. You know what I'm saying? But when he came through, he was loud and he was yelling. So when the people seen Truth coming, they closed their eyes. They covered their ears. They didn't want to hear it. So basically, people rather hear a well-dressed lie over the raw, naked truth. And that's where we at now. When a nigga like me come to you and tell you the truth, you turn a blind eye. My message fall on deaf ears. Y'all don't want to hear it. And it's crazy because you see it in the book, but you don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? Every time they question Jesus, he said, I did not come to break the law of old. I came to enforce it. He told them, when they would question him, he would say, what did Moses say do? You know what I'm saying? Do what Moses said do. Now, if Moses lived 2,000 years, 1,500 to 2,000 years before Jesus, and he telling you to follow the law of old, when people bring stuff up, don't say, oh, that's the Old Testament. Well, hell, Jesus told you to follow that. You know what I'm saying? He also told you, people are going to come after me claiming to be in my name, but they won't be. He told you. He said these people will be liars. He said you'll be able to know them by their characteristics. He said they'll be liars, they'll be thieves, they'll be killers. Paul came on the scene right after this nigga. Now, Paul lived in the time of Jesus. But Moses was 1,500 to 2,000 years before, and he told you to follow Moses. And he said, don't be deceived by the people that come behind me claiming to be in my name. Now, Paul's first book was Romans. Chapter 3, verse 7, he admitted that he was lying when he was writing the scriptures. Okay, Paul, you're a liar. You know what I'm saying? In Galatians, he admits to overcharging the church when he shouldn't have charged them to speak about certain things. Okay, you're a thief. You know what I'm saying? And before he was Paul, before he was converted, remember, he was Saul. And Saul killed more than 3 people. So by the letter of the law, you're a serial killer. He's a killer. He's a thief. He's a liar. You know what I'm saying? And he's the one that changed all the scriptures up, and y'all follow what Paul says. So stop saying you're a Christian. You're Paulianistic. You don't follow Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And when y'all talk about blasphemy, no, God damn it, it's not blasphemy. You know what I'm saying? Because God is not a name. God is a title. You commit blasphemy when you put the name Christian on and you do shit that Jesus said don't do. Don't say you follow this nigga if he say don't do X, Y, and Z and you do it. You know what I'm saying? And then you say, oh, I prayed over it. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because you done messed up at this point. And then when you look, you got to do the research on the book. You got to do research on the region and the religion. You know what I'm saying? Emperor Constantine was the one that changed Rome to a Christian nation. You feel what I'm saying? But they was revolting. That was the only reason they changed over. All these citizens outnumbered the government and the politicians. So when they were starting to revolt and rebel against the system, they had to change up and do something. So Constantine was like, look, we'll tell them that we're a Christian nation. We're going to convert to Christianity. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep our paganistic ways. You know what I'm saying? So in 318 or 325, one or the other, they had a council of Nicaea. Look this up now. They had a council of Nicaea when they decided which books to take out and which books to add in. Okay, well, in the Old Testament, it say don't let no man take away or add to these books. And then here we go with Paul, his lying ass coming through, telling you ain't got to go to church on Saturday. You ain't got to keep, this is a commandment. Keep the Sabbath holy. We ain't going to go on Saturday. We're going to go on Sunday because Paul said it. Now, they told you that a certain list of foods to eat. Paul said you can eat whatever as long as you pray over it. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? That is not how it go. You know what I'm saying? He changed everything up. He took all. Why you think y'all can't perform no miracles today? Because you're doing everything that the book say don't do. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. And then these people think, well, I'll be able to graduate if I got perfect attendance. It don't work like that. You're not going to heaven because you go to church every day. I mean, every Sunday. You're going on the wrong day, period. And then you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. So how many times do people pass on to? Have you ever seen anybody graduate high school for perfect attendance? No. You know what I'm saying? So let's just stop with the bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, get on your grind. Do what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You know you're not supposed to be eating certain meats. You know what I'm saying? Now, this thing is allegorical. They tell you not, like, one of the reasons they tell you not to eat pork because pork has a chemical enzyme that calcifies your pineal gland, which is your third eye. So basically, like, when you get out the shower, all that steam fogs up the mirror. You can't see the image in the mirror. You can't even see yourself in the mirror. That's because it's calcified at that time. And that's what pork does. You know what I'm saying? It calcifies your third eye. So when they're speaking in the Bible and say, let he who has eyes to see, your ass eating all these, what do you call them? You eating all these processed foods and all these different meats that you ain't supposed to eat. You're bringing your vibration down. You know what I'm saying? Your frequency is low. So you don't have eyes to see because they're not talking about the two that's in your head. Now, Samson was the strongest person from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? They gouged his eyes out. When they gouged his eyes out, he said, I see clearly now. I see better now than I did when I had eyes because now he's using his insight. He's using his third eye. You feel what I'm saying? He's in there like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's hard. Oh my God, I ain't say I went that long. But anyway, I was trying to do this thing in like 20 minutes. But I'm just, man, it's time for y'all to wake up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time for y'all people to wake up. Just simple and plain. It hurts my feelings when I see black people out here saying they